Well, students, good evening to all of you. So, guys, today we will discuss the most important topic of B.Ed, gender studies. Right, guys? This is basically your paper fifth. Right, guys? So, under the gender studies, we will discuss about what is gender studies, number one. Then we will discuss about what are the need and importance of gender studies. Then what is a gender equality, need and importance of gender equality, and along with we will discuss last year paper, right guys? Because it is a you know short paper, it is not of 100 marks, it is of 50 marks, even it will come of 40 marks, right? Two long questions, two short questions would come. So today we will discuss, even we will finish paper fifth. Okay. Last I have taken one lecture of gender studies. This is next lecture of a gender studies. Okay. And along with I will send you the PDF also. Okay, guys. So we discuss about the gender studies, right? So what is gender studies? So guys, basically gender studies is an interdisciplinary field, right? See this PPT very carefully, right? Only then the concept of a gender studies would be understood by you will get it, you will understand this concept more deeper, right guys? This is an important topic and emerging topic. What is a gender studies? Because two, three words are, new words I will explain side by side. Okay. First of all, gender study is an interdisciplinary field. Right, guys? What is the meaning of an interdisciplinary field? It means combines, takes the method, you can say principles, techniques of various disciplines, right? Well, it is a collections of, it takes from the, it has come out from collections of various discipline, various subjects. It is an interdisciplinary field drawing from, ये देखिए लिखा हुआ है, it is written, drawing from economic, sociology, history, political science, psychology, and literature, right? The concept of a gender studies has taken from these all the subjects. Okay. What is the aim of gender study? Gender study aims to understand how society and culture influence our idea of what it means to be a man or woman in various contexts, right? Further, gender study explores how the norms around femininity and masculinity are created and enforced by those who were at power, right? And how they affect how we view ourselves and each other. Guys, जेंडर स्टडी एक सोशल कंस्ट्रक्टेड टर्म है. जेंडर स्टडी इज ए सोशल कंस्ट्रक्टेड टर्म, right? So it was enforced by those persons who were in the power, right? Further, gender study is a field that promotes gender equality, right? Matlab, why we are learning the gender study topic? Okay, we are learning because we would be sensitized about the gender studies. We would be aware about the gender studies. Gender study is a field that promote gender equality and combats discrimination against women and other marginalized groups. Okay, means it fights, it talks about, okay, about the women empowerment as well as other marginalized group. Okay, by examining the history of a gender norms over time, it is possible to understand how they contribute to the continued oppression of women in modern society. Today we are living in the era of 21st century, right? Instead, guys, we are creating lot of stereotypes we have in the mind, right? Regarding man and woman, regarding male and female. Huh? Like female, this work is not done by the female. You have seen in our home, in our families, huh? We give less you can say status, priority, less priority to the women instead of a man. Even in India, you have seen many families, they don't push the girls for the higher studies. This is a stereotype. We have in the mind the girls, after age of 18 or 20, they have to go for the marriage, and they have to take care of a household things, and they have to nourish the baby, etc. We have labeled on the women this thing. This is a stereotype, guys, right? Think about yourself. Okay, think yourself. Okay, if if this work is not done by the women, like household work, taking care of a babies, okay, making the breakfast, making the lunch, making the dinner, if it is not done by the women, so what we will do? We will hire another person, right? So guys, basically, why this type of a stereotype we have in the mind? Okay, and we are not, you can say, we are not giving priority to the women, emphasizing the women for the office work, for the job, right? Even they equally attribute in the GDP, in our national GDP, right, guys? So gender studies, basically, it is a field that promotes gender equality. Gender equality means men and women, they should share the same responsibility, resources, each and everything, they should be given equally, and combats discrimination against women and other marginalized group. Okay, by examining the history of a gender norms over time, it is possible to understand how they contribute to the continued oppression of a women in modern society. Even in the modern society, these stereotype and these things, we are moving in these things, we are moving in the society. This makes it easier to identify what needs to change for society to move towards a more inclusive society. Yes, guys. अब आप ना एनालिसिस करो इसको, मतलब वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द इंक्लूसिव सोसाइटी, राइट? इंक्लूसिव फ्यूचर, मतलब वेयर द मेल, फीमेल, disabled person, marginalized society, they should be given the equal opportunity, right? You're talking about the inclusive society, okay? But we have such kind of a stereotype in our mind that women are for particular this purpose. Even you can see the movies, in the media, you can see the newspapers, and even the schools and colleges. We have such kind of a stereotype. We give less, priority to the women. This thing is not done by the women. Why? You can see even in the politics. We have the less percentage of a women, right? In the offices, we give the less salary to the women. But here, guys, one thing you have to note. Here we are not talking about the women empowerment, but we are talking about the upliftment of the marginalized society, like SC, ST, OBC, right? We are talking disabled person, we are talking, this is the gender study basically, right, guys? So in the next slide, first we understand about the inclusive society, right? In the last, you can see that the last line was, this makes it easier to identify what needs to change for society to move towards a more inclusive society. Today, in the era of 21st century, we are talking about the inclusive society. So first we understand what is inclusive society, right? See, what is the inclusive society? An inclusive society aims at empowering and promoting the social, economic, and political inclusion of all. Inclusion of all, irrespective of age, sex, disability, race, ethnicity, origin, religion, economic or other status, right? We want such kind of a society where it is a society, inclusive society is a society that leaves no one behind. Look at the picture, at least for 10 seconds, right? See the picture. In a picture, guys, you are looking for a male, you are looking for female, you are looking for disabled person, You are looking for marginalized person, right? So we are talking about empowering of all the person. This is called the gender studies, right? Our paper is a gender studies. So gender studies means where we talk about every person, irrespective of male, female, disabled person, marginalized society persons, they should be treated equally or equitably, right? And inclusive society is a society for all in which every individual, each with the rights and responsibility, has an active role to play. Equitable society, right? Equitable, malab you can see the last lecture, Anna, I talk about, equality and equity, right? You can see in this, in this picture, right? Even, in the last lecture, I show that picture, Anna, about the, equality and equity. See in the first image, there are three person, right? They are given a one stool, Anna, one stool to each person. Even see the first image, so that they all can see on the other side. Huh? You can read that in the first image. It is assumed that everyone will benefit from the same support. They are being treated equally, right? This image, this slide talks about equality and equity, right? My purpose is that I just want to tell you we cannot achieve the equality, right, unless we achieve the equity. First of all, we have to achieve the equity because equity leads to the equality. Got it? With the help of this image, I'm clearing the concept of a equity, why equity is important for achieving the equality, right? Ab dekho, see on the first image, right? If I talk about the equality, those same stools I have given, but in the second image, right? Then I came to know that the third person, right? There is a need of a two stool. So what I did it in the second image, individuals are given different supports to make it possible for them to have an equal access to the game. They are being treated equitably. Means what is the meaning of equality and equity? Equality means giving same opportunity, same resources to all the person. And meaning of equity means, if different supports given to the different person, this is called the equity, right? अब ये देखो क्या होगा, what happened when I completed the second image. I have given the two stool to a person, right? Two support to a person. Now what will happen after some days, some months, some year? What will happen in the third image? All three can see the game without any support or accommodations because the cause of inequity was addressed, right? The problem was equity, guys, right? The systematic barrier has been removed, right? So to provide the equal opportunity to all the persons, irrespective of male, female, disabled persons, any marginalized society, not only we have to give the equal opportunity, but we have to give the different supports to the different person, right, guys? So equity leads to the equality, right? So I come back on the my previous slide where I talk about the inclusive society is a society for all in which every individual, each with the rights and responsibility, has an active role to play. Equitable society. Okay. So in the 21st era, we are talking about the inclusive society, right? We are talking about the equitable society. And guys, it can't be removed unless we don't have the knowledge of a gender awareness. We don't have the knowledge of the gender studies, gender identity, right? So why we are learning the gender studies in our B.Ed program? Because you are going to become a teacher, right? And guys, you have seen in the classes, even the son of a judge, and uh, uh, you can say son of the doctor, son of the farmer, है ना, they are in the same class, so automatically teachers matlab they have the partiality sometimes, matlab they given more emphasis, more attentions towards the son of a doctor and engineer instead of a son of the farmer or a rickshaw puller, right? And we are talking about the inclusive society, right? So I come back on the my first slide, gender studies. So basically, why there is a need of a gender study? See the second bullet. Gender study is a field that promotes gender equality and combats discrimination against women and other marginalized groups. Right, guys? In the next slide, we talk about what is the need and importance of a gender studies. Right? The concept would be clear more. Right? Need and importance of a gender society. Okay. So what is the need and importance of gender society? The first bullet, gender studies, therefore, is a study of production, reproduction, and resistance. The important word, guys, resistance. Resistance to the norms that produce inequality between men and women. Right? You have seen now, even in this year, 2023, we have many stereotypes. We give the label to the student. Girls cannot do this work. Sometime disabled person, we say that, yeah, you are a disabled person, yeah. Or if we don't say directly, but we think in the mind, he or she is a disabled person, he cannot do this thing. Anna? Suppose there is a competition of a race, right? 200 or 4-meter race, right? Okay, so we have in the mind, well, the person is a disabled, how he can compete with the other person, other normal person. But guys, remember, दुनिया का सबसे fastest जो person था, दुनिया का सबसे fastest person who made the Guinness Book of Record, he was a disabled person, right? वो जो लोहे की वायर्स होती हैं, रिंग्स, उस पे भागा था वो, right? So we don't have to, go with the society, such kind of a stereotype, such kind of a label. Sometimes we say that this is a very naughty student. He is a very dull student. He cannot do this thing. Actually, we don't know our method, our style of teaching, right, guys? So we have to remove such kind of a things, basically, right, guys? So again, we read gender study means it is a study of a production, reproduction, and resistance to the norms that produce inequality between men and women, right, guys? Then second, next देखिए आप, एक second. Okay. So again, gender studies, second one, need and importance of gender studies. Gender studies encourage gender research, which is a vital because sex, love, care, and reproductions are basic dimensions in life, and yet the meaning of a gender is contested. Gender research offers updated empirical knowledge about gendered practices, norms, and discourse in political significant ways. Last, the study of a gender helps us to broaden our understanding of gender identity and culture, the interactions of a gender with race, ethnicity, class, and sexuality. Right, guys? So I think the concept of a gender studies is clear to you. Okay, why there is a need of a gender studies? Why we learn gender studies? Because every person, irrespective of male, female, transgender, right, marginalized society, they should be given equal opportunity, right, equal resources, right? Okay, the next we talk about the gender equality, right? Under the this topic, gender equality. What is the gender equality? Gender equality means it is achieved when women and men enjoy the same rights and opportunities across all sectors of society, right? It means all resources, everything is given equally to all the person, including economic participation and decision making. And when the different behaviors aspirations and needs of a women and men are equally valued and favored. Gender equality applies to the women as well as men. Okay, you can see in the picture. Okay, there is a no difference between the male and female. We have to provide the equal opportunity to all the persons, even in the wages, even in the political system, even in the economic system. We have to provide equal opportunities, okay, when they enjoy the same rights and responsibilities across all sectors of a society. Then we say that we have achieved the gender equality. But here you don't have to forget, gender equality we can only achieve when we achieve the equity. Abhi just in the previous slide I talk about the equitable society, right? Okay, now the next is, what is the need and importance of a gender equality? Okay, what is the need? Okay, like number first is a human development, right? You have seen that low empowerment of a woman is one of the factors that have seriously hampered human development, because we are not giving the equal opportunity to the male and female. Well, you can check many offices, mostly we can say the word, right? uh, we will see the male staff would be over there, right? On the higher positioning, male is appointed, because we are not giving the equal opportunity. Equal job opportunities should be provided to a women as given to men, right? For economic development, what is the need of a gender equality? Number first, we have covered human development. Well, more and more human development, human resources we can get when we provide the equal opportunity to the male and female in the process of job, right? For economic development, removing disparity for women to enter the workforce will increase the development of the country. Okay, so next is, third is to access the resources. We have seen that women have, well, it has noticed, women have limited access to key agriculture resources such as a land and new technologies. Well, you have see that now when the women gets marriage, so what happens, less portion of the land is given to the women. Suppose there is a one parent having the daughter and son, and when the daughter gets marriage, so we give the less portion to the women. So ye bhi disparity hi hai, right? To access the resources, women have the limited access to the key agriculture resources such as the land and the new technologies. Increasing women ownership of land can result in significant gains in food production and reduce level of hunger. Means you have seen that in agriculture and others now, more and more men are employed over there. To reduce poverty, even guys, gender equality can also become the way to reduce the poverty, right? If gender equality in the field of education is given, the educated women will automatically reduce poverty of a country, right? Because have you noticed, what is the cause of the poverty? Because of the lack of rights, huh? lack of education. If we provide the equal opportunity to a male or female, all the person guys, even being parents, being teachers, we have to create the awareness, right? More and male or female both, they should come in the class, okay, they should get the study, they should get the education, right? So once they have become the educated, so naturally they will reduce the poverty. Gandhiji has said that, I have just remembered one quotation of a Gandhiji: when we educate a male, we educate only one person; when we educate a female, we educate the whole family, right? Equal education should be provided to boys and girls, right? Similarly, to improve intellectual environment at home, even at the home guys, we have to give the equal opportunity. Okay, being parents, we shouldn't label girls ke liye, you can't do this, okay, you don't have to go out. Sometimes we have given more freedom to the boys. Boys can come late in at the home, but not the girls, right? So such type of stereotype we have created. This is the reason we are studying the gender awareness, gender studies, right? Benefit to the both gender. We have to give the benefit to the both gender. Otherwise, being teacher, being parents, we are responsible to hamper the growth and development and to hamper the GDP of our nation. Right, guys? So I think you have understood about the gender studies, need and importance of gender studies, gender equality, then need and importance of gender equality. Now we discuss the last year paper, okay, because these two questions are also in the last year paper, okay. I open the last year paper side by side, okay, all the, last year paper, PPT, PDF file, all we will do that, okay, guys. Now see, this is your last year paper, okay, came paper 5th, gender, school and society. It is only 40 marks, right? So 2 long questions, 2 short questions you have to do, okay. So first is a compulsory sections, you know that. So 2 questions came on the last year paper, concept of a gender studies, okay. So I just discussed with you, even I have given you the PDF also, right, guys? Okay, need and importance of a gender equality, right? I have also shared with you the PDF file. I have made a notes for you, and I have already given to you the need and importance of a gender equality. But today we are just understanding the topic, right? So that when you will look at your notes now, so you will get the topic easily, right, guys? So 2 questions we are done, right? Okay. The next question we discuss, highlight the role of a media and stereotypes to develop the concept of gender identity, right? Okay, क्या questions है जो last year came? Highlight the role of a media and stereotypes to develop the concept of a gender identity, right, guys? So we directly go to our PDF file, okay, where I discuss with you about this, about the answer of this topic. But here I just want to tell you in brief, guys, you have seen that now even media is more responsible, for creating such kind of a gender inequality, because in a media, right, media, irrespective of digital media, print media, you have seen that the poster of a men's are more and more given, even you have seen that in the films, in the movies, right? Priority is given to the male, male dominating all the other things, right, guys? So in detail we see our PDF file about the role of a media and stereotype in creating gender identity, right? So first, ये देखिए, ये first हमने questions we discussed about, okay, I have given to you concept of a gender studies, right? So this all we just discussed about the gender studies, importance of gender studies, then need and importance of a gender equality, 4 marks question we just discussed, okay. So whatever the notes I have given to you, same PPT I have made it, right, guys? तो ये same points आप देखिए, need and importance of a gender equality, human development for economic development, to access the resources, to reduce poverty, everything I have given to you. Okay, now we discuss the questions. Highlight the role of a media and stereotypes to develop the concept of a gender identity, right? So first, guys, what we have to understand, what is the meaning of a gender identity? मतलब gender identity क्या चीज है? Then we discuss how the media and the stereotypes होता है ना, we have made in the mind, है ना, कुछ kind of, you can say, ideas, धारणाएं, है ना, we make in our mind, right? Misconceptions, you can say that, है ना, we make that, okay. So such type we have to remove these things, right, guys? Highlight the role of a media and stereotypes to develop the concept of a gender identity. So first, guys, understand what is a gender identity. Gender identity is a personal sense of one's own gender, right? Gender identity can correlate with a person's assigned sex or can differ from it, okay. Means the person is born, okay, whether he is a male or female, इससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है. What he thinks in the mind. Okay, this is called the gender identity. Okay, so gender identity is each person's internal and individual experiences of gender. It is a person's sense of being a woman or man or both or neither or anywhere along the gender spectrum. Okay, अगर वो मेल है फीमेल है इससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है. What he thinks, मतलब after you know he or she has born, okay, what type of a culture he gets from the media, from the friends, from the peers, okay, जो भी उसके कॉन्शियस सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में एंटर किया गया है, दैट मेक्स द जेंडर आइडेंटिटी. ओके, तो क्या है, व्हाट इज अ जेंडर आइडेंटिटी? जेंडर आइडेंटिटी इज ए ईच पर्सन्स इंटरनल एंड इंडिविजुअल एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ ए जेंडर. ये देखो, हियर आई एम using the word gender, I'm not using the word male or female, right? It is a person's sense of being women or man. Okay, it can be, it might be, for example, as a female, she has born, right, but he has made the gender identity as a man, and vice versa, right? So you have come to know about the gender identity. Okay, now we discuss who are the responsible for creating the gender identity, right? But in these questions, very limited, the question is asked by the examiner, tell me the role of a media and stereotype for the gender identity. Okay, it can be many reasons, guys. Okay, but in our questions, we will discuss role of a media and stereotype for the constructing of gender identity, right? So gender identity you have come to know. Now next heading we discuss role of a media and stereotypes to develop the concept of a gender identity. Okay, so guys ये देखिए first पैरा, this is the important. The media can be a source of gender expectation as it stereotypes individuals and groups based on specific genders and sexual preferences. Men are often portrayed, ये देखिए, okay, I highlight this and underline this one and red one, right? ये देखिए, men are often in a media, we have seen media like newspaper, digital media, men are often portrayed as adventurous, dominant, sexually aggressive, while women tend to be portrayed as young, beautiful, emotionally passive, dependent, and sometimes unintelligent. है ना? We have seen in the movies and others. By if we are moving a car, so what happens when we see that now in our front, if the person is not driving the car properly, so we have a stereotype कि भाई ये female ही होगी, है ना, sometime, right? So media today, from traditional legacy media to online media, still hugely influence our perception and ideas. तो गाइज मीडिया हमारे परसेप्शन और आइडियाज को बहुत इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहा है, और लॉट इन्फ्लुएंस. देयर इज ए नीड ऑफ ए स्टडी. दैट्स व्हाई ना दिस इज द रोल ऑफ द टीचर, गाइज. टीचर शुड बी ए लर्नर फर्स्ट. If you indulge yourself in medias and others, because they are making money, they are minting money, right? And they are changing your perception, your ideas, right, guys? So media today, from traditional legacy media to online media, still hugely influence our perception and ideas about the role of a girls and women in society. What we have unfortunately seen until now is that media tend to perpetuate, इसका मीनिंग होता है spread करना, spread gender inequality. Research shows that from a young age, children are influenced by the gendered stereotypes that media present to them. मतलब हमारा छोटा बेबी होता है, स्टार्टिंग से ही उसको, अगर वो सपोज करो ही और शी इज क्राइंग, मतलब वी स्विच ऑन द टेलीविजन. तो गाइज फ्रॉम ए वेरी अर्ली in the state of a very early you can say childhood stage, है ना, media started hammering on the subconscious mind of your baby, right guys? So media play, and ye dekho, I have made the different points. I have underlined that, okay, so that if you write such type of a questions, you get the more and more marks, right guys, instead of writing in the paragraph. Okay, so I have made the different points. Media play an important role in how people form their identities, right guys? Then gender inequality in media content. Anna, you would be agree. In the media content, you will see the gender inequality. Guys, media content chodiye, even in the school curriculum, in the school textbook, syllabus, in the syllabus, you will see the gender inequality, right? Because men's are portrayed more and more over there. Females are given less priority in our syllabus also, in our curriculum also. That's why na new education policy have come, right guys, where equal opportunity is given. Gender inequality in the media content exists through both this where I'm discussing, okay, I highlight that. Gender inequality in media content exists through both the underrepresentations and misrepresentations of women. Right? Men are far more likely to be visible as journalists, experts, subjects than women. You have seen that. Either even the experts and journalists, and even you have seen the panel of experts. Okay, मतलब जो females होंगी, that would be very less. बिकॉज ये स्टेरियोटाइप है कि भी एक्सपर्ट्स हैं तो वो जर्नलिस्ट ही होंगे, एक्सपर्ट्स हैं तो वो मेल ही होंगे. हाँ गाइस, एंड आल्सो बी पोर्ट्रेड इन ए वे दैट वैल्यूज देयर ओपिनियन, एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड प्रोफेशंस, राइट गाइस? तो ये गलत चीज है. दैट्स व्हाई गाइस देयर इज ए नीड ऑफ ए जेंडर अवेयरनेस, जेंडर स्टडीज. ओके, यू कैन सी इन द डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज वहां पर ये चीजें नहीं है, राइट? दिस इज इन योर सिलेबस बिकॉज जो सोसाइटी है, सोसाइटी को कौन लाइट दिखाता है? इधर टीचर्स दिखाते हैं. ओके, टीचर्स आर द टॉर्च बेयरर टू द सोसाइटी. So that's why guys you should be aware of that. Only then you can clear this concept, or you can remove such kind of a inequalities, right? Gender inequality is also clearly visible within the media institutions, right? Even in the media institutions guys you can see that, okay, male members jo honge, that would be more and more. Even though an increasing number of women are studying and entering the journalism profession, they continue to face significant barriers to safety, support, and career progression, and remain underrepresented in this sector. Gender inequality that are present across many aspects of the society are reflected in the media. Media can spread gender inequalities, but also have the power to address and challenge them. There is an enormous potential for media to show more balanced, inclusive, and diverse portrayals of gender, thereby contributing to a more just society. Right? तो हमारा क्वेश्चंस क्या था? हमारा क्वेश्चंस ये था कि भी व्हाट इज highlight the role of a media and stereotype to develop the concept of a gender identity, right guys? So under this, when we are making the point how the media and stereotype are responsible for the constructions of gender identity, so guys to develop the concept of a gender identity, so both part we can write that even when the media will start showing the equal opportunity to a male or female in the serials, in the movies, right guys? So this is also responsibility of the media also. So both point you can write it, okay? But here more and more we have to write how the media influence our perceptions, our ideas, and create the gender identity, right guys? अब जो बच्चा है, छोटा बच्चा है, okay, either male or female है, how she come to know, daughter hai, for example, baby, you can say that the female baby hai, okay, how she will come to know that? She has to wear a frock, she has to wear a ribbon, such things. But she learns from the media, she learns from the environment, from the home, right guys? Media affects gender identity, okay? तो ये सारे के सारे वो points लिखे हुए हैं, okay? Media content and gender identity. Images of a women in power and authority, okay? Even guys, ये this is a very important point, इसको आप पढ़ना. Images of a women in power and authority. Even sometimes media have show the, okay, he has displayed the women as a power and authority, but in a very vague way, right? Very challenging way, right? Okay, तो मीडिया स्प्रेडिंग स्टेरियोटाइपिकल जेंडर डिविजन्स, ओके, ये सारे पॉइंट्स हैं. वायलेंस अगेंस्ट फीमेल मीडिया वर्कर्स, ओके, यू कैन से दैट, ओके, ये सारे के सारे. एंड लास्ट में आपका इंडियन मीडिया एंड यू नो लास्ट में कंक्लूजन्स. ओके, तो ये सारा का सारा क्वेश्चन है आपका अबाउट द हाउ द मीडिया एंड स्टेरियोटाइप आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द जनरेटिंग द जेंडर आइडेंटिटी, राइट गाइज? ओके, तो नेक्स्ट वी सी अवर यू नो पेपर. तो ये फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन हो गया, सेकंड भी हो गया हमारा, राइट? हाईलाइट द रोल ऑफ ए मीडिया एंड स्टेरियोटाइप टू डेवलप द कांसेप्ट ऑफ ए जेंडर आइडेंटिटी. ओके, लेटर ऑन लास्ट में वी विल डिस्कस इन द सिलेबस. ओके, तो आई थिंक यहीं से हमारा सिलेबस कवर अप हो जाएगा, राइट? ये थर्ड रह गया, थर्ड मैं आपको बाद में दे दूंगा इसका नोट्स. ओके, तो फोर्थ क्वेश्चन एंड फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन, ओके, उसके बाद खत्म है, राइट? तो फोर्थ क्वेश्चन है explain the concept of gender equality. What roles does a school play in promoting gender equality in society? Okay, and fifth is what do you understand by equity and equality? Discuss the gender specific roles in cross cultural perspective, right guys? So we move to our notes. ये देखिए fourth questions. Okay, explain the concept of a gender equality. What roles does a school play in promoting gender equality in society? Okay, so basically two questions are 8 marks के questions है, right? Gender equality I have just finished in the PPT. You have seen that, है ना? Gender equality. What is the need and importance of the gender equality, right? Where male and female, okay, they enjoy the same responsibilities, same resources, same rights. Okay, this is called the gender equality. Okay, now second question is that what role does a school play in promoting gender equality in society? What is the role of a school, right? And this one, role of school in promoting gender equality in society. ये देखिए guys, right? So it is a very much important. Okay, see this para. There is a lot in common between education and gender equality, right? This is the reason, guys, education is called the third eye of a woman, third eye of a man. Why it is called the third eye of a man? Because we each and everything we come to know from the education only. Education is a practical side. Okay, it helps. It is our you can say it is an engine. Even the remember one definition of a Nelson Mandela. He has said that education is a that powerful weapon by which you can change the world. Right? Rigved has said education is that which makes a man self-reliant and selfless. Right? Gandhiji has said about the education. By education, I mean an all-round drawing out of the best in man and in man and child. Right? Body, mind, and spirit. Right? Swami Vivekananda has said on the education. Right? Education is the manifestation of the divine perfection already existing in a baby, existing in a man, right? So ये देखिए how the education becomes as a source for creating gender equality, right? पढ़िए जरा इसको. There is a lot in common between education and gender equality. Both are instrumental to development of a society as also intrinsic to living in a society and interacting with fellow things. Gender equality in education means to provide educations to all children without any discriminations on any basis. Right, guys? तो ये देखिए Right to Education Act. याद करो पेपर 2 में we have thoroughly done about the Right to Education Act. Okay? So you are looking now about Right to Education Act क्या कहता है? Every person should get the education from the age of 6 to 14 free of cost. हाँ, तो ये देखिए how the education is in the schools we can promote the gender equality, right guys? तो ये देखो gender role stereotypings, okay? ये सब चीजों को we have to remove. School should avoid, ये देखिए पढ़िए, School should avoid negative gender role stereotyping in any form and should promote both girls and boys for all types of games, sports, vocational courses and subjects. Why? बेटा हम ये बोलते हैं कि okay, girls can't do that. स्कूल में क्या होता है, मेल है, फीमेल है, डिसेबल्ड पर्सन है, मार्जिनलाइज ग्रुप ऑफ ए पर्सन है. बेसिकली स्कूल क्लास की डेफिनेशन ही यही है, क्लास इज ए मिनिएचर ऑफ सोसाइटी. सोसाइटी कोई बाहर नहीं होती. व्हेन यू टीच इन द क्लास, क्लास में 30 स्टूडेंट्स हैं, राइट? यू आर टीचिंग टू द 30 स्टूडेंट ऑफ द 6th क्लास, 7th क्लास, 8th, 9th, 10th, whatever. They are the miniature of the society. Basically, you are teaching to the society. And guys, you don't know, you start, gender stereotyping over there. Okay, you start giving inequality, right? Because due to lack of the knowledge. Okay, because you don't have to go through all the teaching methodology. Okay, you are not aware of these things. That's why it is said that teacher is not a teacher if he is not a learner first. Every day he or she has to learn. Every day. Right, guys? So ये देखो, integrating life skills and gender equality. अब न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में लाइफ स्किल्स, ये सारी चीजें बहुत मेल फीमेल कोई भी है, इवन डिसेबल्ड पर्सन भी है, सभी के लिए इक्वालिटी है. मेक स्कूल सेफर, स्कूल को सेफ बनाओ. दिस इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशंस. ओके, safety and security, gender equitable, print rich environment in school. Create such kind of an environment in the school where male, females and marginalized society, they have given the equal opportunities. Right, guys? Policies and procedural fairness, distribution and accessibility. तो ये सारे के सारे points हैं. Okay, I have shared this file PDF with you. How the school can promote the gender equality in society. Okay, स्कूल को सोसाइटी में बाहर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. अगर स्कूल start giving the equality in the campus itself. Okay, तो guys, वो जो क्लास है, क्लास ही सोसाइटी ही है. It is a miniature of the society. सोसाइटी का छोटा रूप है. Right, guys? So when you start things, because वही तो बच्चे हैं after the 10th or after the +2, they have to go out of the school. Okay, they have to do the jobs in the society and others. Okay, so whatever the knowledge, whatever the stereotype he has built, okay, तो वैसे उसका result होगा. Okay, because of the teachers. Okay, person क्या चीज होता है? Have you thought about yourself, what you are? Have you thought? You are a person of only 3, or you are a person of, or you can say you are a copy of that person, 3 or 4 persons who are very much close to you. Nothing else. Whatever you think, whatever your perception, whatever your idea, okay, आपका attitude कैसा है, it is a result of only 3 or 4 person, okay, who has more influence on your life, on you during that life. Okay, you are a product of a 4 or 5 persons. और टीचर जो होता है, टीचर और पेरेंट्स, दे आर द मेन पर्सन्स. राइट गाइस? तो टीचर्स का रोल बहुत ही मेन होता है. ओके, डोंट थिंक दैट यू हैव टू गो इनटू द क्लास और वापस आ गए, पढ़ा लिया सब्जेक्ट, आई हैव फिनिश्ड दैट. ओके गाइस, व्हाटएवर यू से इन द क्लास, इट डायरेक्ट्स impact on the mind of the student. Okay, so whatever the knowledge you have to give very honestly, very clearly, or there should be you have to maintain the equality. Right, guys? So ये सारे के सारे points है. What is the role of a school in promoting gender equality in society? Okay, so ये 4th questions भी हमारा we have done. Right? Okay, 5th questions है, what do you understand by equity and equality? है ना, just we have seen on the paper. What do you understand by equity and equality? Discuss the gender specific roles in cross cultural perspective. Okay? Equity and equality we also discuss, है ना, in the starting slide. Right, guys? So equity and equality आपने बताना है. फिर बाद में discuss the gender specific roles in cross cultures perspective. Okay? तो ये भी notes मैंने आपको ये दे दिया है. Okay? तो ये आपने पढ़ने हैं सारे. Right, guys? और फिर in the next class, okay, we will discuss whatever we have left. Right, guys? So in our today's class, we have finished about gender studies, need and importance of gender studies, gender equality, need and importance of a gender equality, or last year paper we have discussed. Right, guys? Some important questions of the last year paper we have discussed. Right, guys? So thank you so much, guys, for this lecture. Thanks.